Hello children. Now further we proceed children. Rules for multiplying and dividing a decimal fraction. First, multiplication. When a decimal fraction is multiplied like by 10, 100, 1000, number of zeros you can add, the decimal point is shifted to the right by 1, 2, 3 places respectively. See for example 0.357. I multiply with 10. So look at the number, I get 3.57. From 0, it is shifted to 3. Okay? And if I multiply the same number by 100, then it comes next to 5. 35.7, right? Like this it will go on shifting. The number of zeros you increase to multiply, it is going on increasing on the right side. The shifting of the decimal fraction. So this you have to remember in multiplication, it gets shifted to the right side children. The decimal point gets shifted to the right side. And when we divide, now we talk about the division. When a decimal fraction is divided by 10, 100, 1000, the decimal point is shifted to the left by 1 to 3 places respectively. See for example, the same number we can consider 0.357 divided by 0.357 divided by 10. What do we get? We get 0.0357. So it is shifted towards the left side. 0.357 divided by 100, it will be more shifted. So 0.00357 we get. And like this, when you go on multiplying with number of zeros added to it, like 1000, so you are going to get 0.000357. So when we divide, the decimal point gets shifted to the left, and when we multiply, it gets shifted to the right. Now remember this, any number of zeros after the last digit of the decimal fraction or before the integer, okay, or before the integral part, do not change the value of the given fraction. Like 21.5 is equal to 21.50. So is it going to make change? No. The number will remain as it is. Number of zeros if you add to the right side, it's not going to change the value of this 21.5. 21.50, 21.500, or you just go on adding zeros, it's not going to change the value of 21.5. It will remain 21.5. For example, 50 rupees. I can write as 50.0, 50.00, but that 50 rupees will remain 50 rupees only. It will not become 500 or 5000. Right? Yes. So we proceed further. Now the next topic, decimal form of rational numbers. Please remember, a rational number can be written in decimal form. Rational numbers have either a terminating decimal form or a non-terminating recurring decimal form. I'll explain that with the help of the practice set 24. Terminating decimal form means a division where you get remainder 00. And non-terminating recurring decimal form means you get continuous. The number will keep on repeating. Okay, that we will understand with the help of the practice set 24. So let's start. The first one children is 13/4. So we have to write this rational number in the decimal form. So 13/4 you start dividing. Okay. 13/4. So 13 dividend, 4 is divisor. 4 3s are 12. So 12, what do I get? 1 as a remainder, 0. Now 1, so I can put a point here, then I can add a 0 children. So now that will be 4 2s are 8, 4 3s are 12. So I'll take 4 2s are 8. What I get remainder? 2. Okay. Again I could put a 0, 4 5s are 20. Okay. So 0 0. Now remainder is 0, 0. Remember that. Remainder is 0, 0 we are getting. Such decimal fraction where we are getting 0, 0 is called terminating. Means it's ended. Okay. So it's called terminating decimal form. So 3.25 is the answer. And once we get remainder 0, 0, it is terminating decimal form, children. So answer could be written as 13 upon 4 is equal to 3.25. Now the second number, minus 7 upon 8. Minus 7 upon 8. So let us divide minus 7. Now minus 7, numerator is smaller, children. So what can we do? We have to put a 0. So zeros are 0. So this minus 7 will come down. Okay, 7 will come down. Now what we can do is 7. So we can put a point here. When I put a point here, I can put the 0. Okay. So now what we are supposed to do? 8 7s are 56. Right? 8 8s are 64. So 64 we can use it. So 8 8s are 64. So minus it. 1 carry. 10 minus 4, 6, 0. Here we can put 0 on our own. You know, once we put a decimal point, then we can add the zeros. Now 8, 60, close to 60 is 8 7s are 56. 7s are 56. Minus it, we get 4. So 4, then I can add a 0 here. Then what is the closest number? 8 5s are 40. Exact I'm getting. 8 5s are 40. So 40. So this is also a terminating decimal form. Once we get the remainder 0, it is a terminating decimal form, children. Write the answer as minus 7 upon 8 is equal to 0.875. Clear? Now the third sum, children. Not to worry, not to get scared. It is a mixed fraction. First, let us solve it by the textual method. 7, 3 upon 5. So let the 7 remain as it is, children. 3 upon 5 we will divide. Okay. So 3 upon 5. Look there. 3 is smaller. Dividend is smaller. So I am putting a 0. So then I can 0. So here it will be 0 is a 0. 3 comes down. Then I can put a point and I can put a 0. And this is 5, 6 are 30. 0.6. So to this 7 we will add 0.6 and that is nothing but 7.6 is the answer. Or what we can do is convert this. 7 3 upon 5 converted. 5 7s are 35. 35 plus 3 38. So that is 38 upon 5. So I will show you here. 7 3 upon 5. Convert that. 5 into 7 plus 3, that is 38 upon 5. Now divide that. 38 upon 5 divide. 5 7s are 35. So 3 and 0. Okay. So here I need to put a point so that I can put a 0. 5 6 are 30. So answer is same, children. Okay, but while writing the answer, we have to write the question as they are given. 7 3 upon 5 is equal to 7.6. Any method you can use, whether this method or this method. Any method is okay.